If you're over 50 and you're waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning, staring at the ceiling with your mind racing, this video might genuinely change your life. Because what I'm about to share with you is not a pill, not a supplement, not some trendy wellness hack. It's a single food, something you can find in any grocery store in the world, that research shows can dramatically improve your sleep quality after 50. And the reason it works so well for people our age specifically? That's the part most videos don't explain. Stay with me, because the science here is actually fascinating and a little surprising. Problem setup: why sleep gets worse after 50. First, let's talk about why sleep changes so dramatically. Once we hit our 50s, it's not random, it's biology. Around age 50, 3 things happen simultaneously that wreck your sleep. Number 1, your melatonin production drops. Melatonin is the hormone that tells your brain it's time to sleep. Studies show that by the time we're in our mid-50s, we produce significantly less melatonin than we did at 20. Less melatonin means a weaker sleep signal to the brain. You feel tired, but sleep won't come. Or it comes but doesn't stick. Number 2, your deep sleep shrinks. There are stages of sleep. The deepest, most restorative stage, called slow-wave sleep, or stage 3, is where your body repairs tissue, consolidates memory, and balances hormones. After 50, the time you spend in this stage can drop by up to 30 to 50%. That's why even if you sleep 7 hours, you wake up exhausted. The sleep is lighter. Number 3, your core body temperature regulation changes. Your body needs to drop its temperature slightly to initiate deep sleep. Hormonal shifts after 50, especially in women, going through perimenopause or menopause, can interfere with this process. Night sweats, hot flashes, restlessness, it's all connected. Now here's what's important. These 3 mechanisms tell us exactly what we need from a sleep-boosting food. It needs to support melatonin production. It needs to promote deeper sleep stages. And ideally, it should help with body temperature regulation. One food checks every single one of those boxes. Tart cherries. Specifically Montmorency tart cherries, also sometimes called sour cherries. Now before you click away thinking this sounds too simple, hear me out. Because the research behind this is genuinely impressive. A landmark study published in the European Journal of Nutrition found that adults who drank tart cherry juice twice a day, morning and night, slept an average of 84 minutes longer per night compared to a placebo group. Not a few minutes, 84 minutes. A separate study at Louisiana State University gave older adults with insomnia 2 cups of tart cherry juice daily for 2 weeks. The result? Sleep time increased, and critically, sleep efficiency improved. That means more time in actual restorative sleep, not just lying in bed. So why does this work? The science why tart cherries work. Tart cherries are one of the only natural whole foods with a measurable amount of dietary melatonin. Your body doesn't produce enough after 50, but tart cherries can help top it up naturally, without the grogginess that melatonin supplements can sometimes cause at high doses. But that's just the beginning. Tart cherries are also rich in tryptophan, an amino acid that is the raw material your brain uses to manufacture both serotonin and melatonin. Think of tryptophan as the upstream factory. More tryptophan in the evening means more melatonin produced by your pineal gland through the night. Third, and this one is underappreciated, tart cherries contain proanthocyanidins, which are plant compounds that inhibit an enzyme called indoleamine 2,3-dioxygenase. That enzyme degrades tryptophan before it can be converted. By blocking it, tart cherries essentially protect the tryptophan pipeline. They're not just adding ingredients, they're reducing waste. And finally, tart cherries are potent anti-inflammatories. Why does that matter for sleep? Because systemic inflammation is a known disruptor of slow-wave deep sleep. Research from the University of California found that inflammatory markers directly suppress the deepest stages of sleep. By cooling down that internal inflammation, tart cherries help your body access the deeper, more restorative sleep stages that get lost after 50. So in one food, you're getting dietary, melatonin, tryptophan protection, and anti-inflammatory support. It's almost purpose-built for sleep after 50. How to use it? Practical protocol. Okay, so how do you actually use this? The most studied form is tart cherry juice specifically, 8 ounces, or about 240 milliliters, consumed roughly 1 to 2 hours before bed. Some studies used it twice a day, morning and night, which showed even stronger results. If you want to follow the research most closely, that's the approach to try. A few things to look for when buying. Look for 100% tart cherry juice, not a blend, not a cocktail. The label should say Montmorency or Tart Cherry. Avoid added sugar versions. The extra sugar spike at night can actually counteract the sleep benefits. Alternatively, Tart Cherry concentrate mixed with water is more affordable and equally effective, usually 1 to 2 tablespoons in a glass of water. Freeze-dried Tart Cherry capsules also work and are the most convenient option if you're traveling or don't enjoy the taste. And finally, fresh or frozen. Tart cherries themselves are wonderful if you can find them, though they're seasonal in many parts of the world. One important note: tart cherries are higher in natural sugars than some fruits. If you're managing blood sugar or diabetes, check with your doctor and consider the capsule form, which has negligible carbohydrates. Start consistently for at least 2 weeks. Sleep changes don't happen overnight, but most people in the studies noticed a meaningful difference within 7 to 14 days. Bonus tips: stack these with tart cherries. Now, while tart cherries are the #1 food, let me give you 3 things you can pair with this that amplify the results, especially after 50. 1. Warm milk or a small serving of kiwi. Kiwi is another surprisingly well-studied sleep food. A study from Taipei Medical University found that eating 2 kiwis an hour before bed for 4 weeks improved total sleep time by 13% and sleep efficiency by 5.4%. The mechanism is different. Kiwi is high in serotonin and antioxidants. Paired with tart cherry, they work on overlapping pathways. 2. Magnesium-rich foods in the evening. Magnesium activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system, and regulates the NMDA and GABA receptors that are directly involved in sleep. A small handful of pumpkin seeds, almonds, or a square of dark chocolate in the evening can significantly support your sleep architecture. Magnesium deficiency is very common after 50 and is vastly underdiagnosed as a sleep disruptor. 3. Timing your last meal. Going to bed with a very full stomach or a very empty stomach both disrupt sleep. The ideal window is finishing your last full meal 2 to 3 hours before bed, then your tart cherry drink 1 hour before sleep. That rhythm signals your body that the day is ending. So to bring it all together, after 50, your sleep architecture changes in 3 measurable ways: lower melatonin, less deep sleep, and disrupted temperature regulation. Tart cherries address all 3 through dietary melatonin, tryptophan supply and protection, and anti-inflammatory action. The science is real, it's replicable, and it's accessible to anyone in the world. Start with 8 ounces of 100% tart cherry juice about an hour before bed. Give it 2 weeks. Stack it with magnesium-rich foods if you can. And if you found this genuinely useful, please hit the like button, because it tells YouTube to show this to more people who might be lying awake tonight needing exactly this. Subscribe for more evidence-based health content, specifically for people in their 50s, 60s, and beyond. I'll see you in the next video.